In today's devotional selection, Pastor Greg continues on the theme of love in the Christian life. He writes, "Did you know that Moses wrote a psalm in our Bible? It's true. We normally think of the lawgiver as penning the Pentateuch, but Moses is also the author of Psalm 90. He begins where we began earlier this week, acknowledging why the Lord is our first love. Lord, you have been our dwelling place throughout all generations. Before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the earth and the world from everlasting to everlasting, you are God." We love the Lord because he's in control of our unpredictable and often complicated lives. He anticipates the words that centuries later would flow from the Apostle Paul's pen. In him we live and move and have our very being. But then Moses resists any temptation to sugarcoat reality. He writes, "The length of our days is 70 years, or 80, if we have the strength. Yet their span is but trouble and sorrow. For they quickly pass, and we fly away." Much like the bumper sticker that states, "Life is hard and then you die," Moses' unvarnished honesty comes through. He tells it like it is. He reminds us of the brevity of life. And in that same cut-to-the-chase candor, he invites us to embrace today as if it's the first day of the rest of our lives. Because, that's exactly what it is. In a simple request to the Lord, Moses prays, "Teach us to number our days aright, that we may gain a heart of wisdom." So what does it mean to number our days? Well, it means to love life, to see today as an unrepeatable miracle. Or like the poster that hung in my college dorm room declared, "Today is the first day of the rest of your life." Syndicated cartoonist Bill Keane captured the special delivery nature of each day in a family circus cartoon. The older sister is talking to her little brother and says, "Yesterday's the past," she explains. "Tomorrow is the future. Today is a gift." Then she announces, "That's why we call it the present." Today, don't you just love those kind of things? I love that cartoon. A gift indeed, from the giver of every good and perfect gift. So how do we tear off the paper and enjoy the contents rather than leaving it gift-wrapped on the shelf? Or in the words of Moses, how do we number our days? Well, first, add up our blessings. Take stock of what you have to be grateful for. What's the sum of the somethings God has allowed us to enjoy that we really don't deserve? Our spouse, our children, our employment, even a warm and dry place to live. Then subtract our regrets. The good news of the Christian gospel is that God's grace has erased our sin and the bitter aftertaste of guilt. We no longer have to live with a negative balance. Our debt has been paid in full. Then multiply our joys. There's an old Swedish proverb that says, "A shared joy is a double joy." And that's true, isn't it? When you witness a breathtaking sunrise, you want to turn to another and smile. We are meant to experience the joys of life in community. Don't isolate yourself today. And finally, we need to divide our sorrows. The other part of the proverb says, "A shared sorrow is a half a sorrow." Don't grieve alone. Admit your pain to someone else. Ask for prayer. Find a church family. By adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing, we'll number our days all the while making each one count for the glory of God.